The Amateur. This film looks like it had a lot of potential, but I think it got lost somewhere in the editing room. Hello there, namaste. Charlie Heller is a brilliant CIA decoder whose world comes crashing down when his wife dies in a London terrorist attack. When his supervisors refuse to take action, his intelligence becomes the ultimate weapon as he embarks on a dangerous trek across the globe to track down those responsible. I'm not gonna lie, the trailer for this film honestly had me so excited. It reminded me so much of Law Abiding Citizen. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, this is like a mix between Law Abiding Citizen and Safe House. Like, there are a lot of plot elements there that reminded me of Safe House, like the mentor who mentors him, but at the same time he's hunting him down. There's the fact that there's the CIA is corrupt and he has the information. The law-abiding citizen track where he's wanting to get revenge on the ones who took his life away from him. He's using simple gadgets to get revenge on him, and it's like the plot is there. The possibilities are there. You're working with like a timid-like character who's doing things out of his wheelhouse. Those fish out of water type of films can go so well. It just gets lost in the editing room. And I can blame the cinematographers on some of this. It was too shaky. Because when you think of both those films, you think of something like action-packed, fast-paced. Sure, it is narratively driven as well, but the shots and everything have you hooked. In this film, a lot of shots seem to drag out. There are a lot of characters that go nowhere. Lawrence Fishburne, he's there, he serves a purpose, but they also had John Bernthal, the Punisher, who was there for no particular reason. He was just there because it's like, everyone likes this actor. Let's have him in a CIA film where he's a CIA operative, but doesn't do anything. They have another storyline in the background where like the director of the CIA is questioning all the black bag operations. You didn't need that. You could literally just have Rami Malek just leak everything, and like they did in Safe House where everyone gets arrested at the end. We don't need that backstory. We don't need that, oh, the director's on our side trying to get rid of all the black bag operations. Everything needs to be sanctioned. They have these shots with like this group of nerds, and there's like that one nerd who's like in several other films, and I thought that was gonna lead somewhere because they have him seeing a few things that Malek is doing, and I'm like, is that going to serve a purpose? Why would you reference him? Oh, he's noticing Rami's character doing something, nothing comes of it. He doesn't assist him in any way, he doesn't do anything. It was just like, there was no purpose to shoot that shot. That's what I mean. It's like the potential in this film was lost in the editing room. Sure, I do blame a lot of it on the cinematographers because I did not like the shaky, holding the camera on your shoulders. I mean, what? It's a couple $1,000 to rent a gimbal for your, what, $30,000 camera? Might as well. It's $1,000 extra. Might as well just bite the bullet instead of just having a $30,000 camera on someone's shoulder. Might as well get a nice clean shot. Like, I want to recommend this film, but at the same time, it's so choppy. The pacing is so off. They should have just removed like 30 minutes from this film. A lot of the pointless shots that are in here, they just remove it, make it go more fast paced. Even though there isn't a lot of action, you would feel tension if you shorten some of the shots a bit more. I honestly didn't even mind where the bad guy at the very end is more of a philosopher. Like, he sits down with Rami Malek and is like, oh, I know you're not a killer. There's a reason why you did what you did. You're doing this. And I'm like thinking, I like how he's talking. I like how he's kind of getting in Malek's head, but at the same time, the way Malek has been acting throughout the film, he's like, he knows who Malek is. He's the same way. He was in the same boat till he pulled the trigger for the first time. There's a reason why Malek doesn't use a gun. Because the true villains were the ones who were doing all these black bag operations. Of course, that's always the case. And I'm okay with how it ended. I just didn't care for all this pointless backstory. If this was a series, you could focus on other stories going on. This is a film. Cut out all the fluff, cut out all the pointless stories that are going on in the background. They're unnecessary. Focus on Rami Malek and his revenge. Focus on that. focus on the fact that he has to use his brain to do everything because he just doesn't have the skill or the ability to pull the trigger. In the end, I enjoyed this film. I just really wished they would have gone down the route of actually Law-Abiding Citizen or actually Safe House, where it's more fast-paced and you just focus on the main character, or main characters as it is. What's funny is in both those films, there's two main characters. Honestly, that's probably what this was missing. It was missing that counterpart. The counterpart for him to bounce off of. In Safe House, you had Ryan Reynolds and Denzel Washington. In Law-Abiding Citizen, you had Gerard Butler and Jamie Foxx. In Amateur, you have Rami Malek. He's not bouncing off of anyone. There's no interesting dialogue to keep us entertained. That's what I mean. Everything was lost on the editing floor. Everything. It's missing the counterbalancing character, like in Law-Abiding Citizen, in Safe House. It's missing actual narrative direction because they're bouncing all over the place trying to find other characters to fill the time, because when you have just one person, it's a short story. And they've added way too many pointless characters who serve no purpose to any of the stories going on, which is one thing that bothers me. Also, I didn't really care for all the flashbacks. You should have just focused on it in the beginning. Either spent more time with his relationship or don't continue going back to it. I liked the scenes where he's like hallucinating her. Those I liked. It was the ones where he's going back to, oh, my wife got me this plane. Oh, my wife did this with the... It's just, that stuff I didn't care for. Of course, there isn't that much. Primarily, it's the hallucination he has, and I enjoyed that. That went more down to his mind state. That I was okay with. In the end, if you're interested in a knockoff, something that steals from both Law-Abiding Citizen and Safe House, but doesn't commit to doing what either could do, I would recommend watching it when it comes out on streaming. I did enjoy it for what it was, even though it was missing a lot of what makes those other films great. Thank y'all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles!
You guys got a video? So bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait like that.